You know, I've been meaning to talk to you about Awana. So what does Awana stand for? Awana stands for Approved Workers Are Not Ashamed. It comes from 2 Timothy chapter 2, and the goal of our Wednesday night programs is for the children to hear the gospel and to grow as long-term disciples of Jesus Christ.
Now I'm in this video for some reason. We are going to talk to Mr. Ben Curell about the different types of leaders that are in Awana. So tell us about club leaders, Ben.
Club leaders are the vast majority of the people who volunteer for our Wednesday night programs. Club leaders are the front line for getting to know the kids. They are the ones that are the most involved, and their sole purpose is to really get to know the kids and have them grow.
What about club directors?
Club directors focus on the leaders, and they also keep an eye on the kids.
And game directors? Game director?
Game director.
And game director?
The game director directs the games.
You don't say.
Yes. And also just keeps an eye on the kids.
Okay, all right. Music director?
Music director directs our music.
Interesting.
And keeps an eye on the kids.
Commander.
The commander directs the directors.
Now, who would be the commander?
That's me.
Nice.
I also keep an eye on the kids.
And the secretary.
The secretary does all of our administrative tasks for Awana. And, you guessed it, orders the badges.
So for all the leaders, especially those that are going to be doing Awana for the first time, what would your advice be?
Well, you really just need to get to know your kids. The kids need an adult who's focused on them, who comes alongside them, helps them to memorize their verses, prays with them, knows their problems, lets the children get to know them, and that's something that the kids really respect and love.
What specific challenges do you have for the leaders going into this year?
Get to know specific things about their kids. First, why don't you learn their middle names? I want all of the leaders to learn the middle names of the kids in their groups. And then let the kids know your middle name.
That sounds like fun. What else?
You know, what are their hobbies? What do they enjoy? Get to know them and speak with them, and let them know you. Let them know things about you, and understand you in some ways.
So you're actually supposed to have a relationship with these kids and learn things about them.
Yes, you need to have a relationship with the kids.
Each leader should be able to tell you things about the kids.
Exactly. They should be able to tell me things about their kids and be excited about and for the kids in their group.
Is there any preparation involved for being a group leader?
None. However, you have to be really excited on Wednesday. You have to really get in tune with your kids.
Now Ben is going to give us an overview of the 5 sections of Wednesday night, right after I disappear.
First, we have an opening session. Now, this is a time where we all gather together and we sing our songs with the music director, and the groups in the Sparks and those in the TNT boys and girls all get assigned their teams for the night. Each Wednesday night, each child gets a color. In the Sparks group, the TNT groups, they get a color. And those colors are going to be their teams across those clubs for the night. So as they do things in the night, say they're playing their game, they're doing a really good job, they get a points assigned to them and their team. And as they, for instance, their group is really good about memorizing their verses that night, or very quiet and obedient during the large group time, I want leaders to be looking out for those things and ready to award points to those color groups. We'll come back to points for the closing session, but that's the opening session. We start at 6:30. Be sure to be in the gymnasium at 6:30. Please be punctual. Only comes with what?
Onion and steak sauce.
Oh, that's fine.
Anything else for you today?
Yes, just one moment.
I should have thought I had.
You don't have to take your time. Take your time. We have all the time in the world. Game time is led by the game director. Leaders, they don't lead this section, but they need to keep the kids excited and involved. They're still part of the group, and it depends on the leaders to really keep those kids excited. Large group time. Large group time is led by your club director. Again, the leaders aren't involved in leading this time, but they need to keep the kids focused and quiet during the large group time. Small group time. Small group time is led by the club leaders. You're meeting with your specific group of kids, and you're going to go over your handbooks. Now, I have a handbook example here. This one is for Truth and Training, so the TNT groups is one of them. There are two for the TNT groups, but we have these books. You go through them section by section, and it goes by the kids, by the kids' pace as they memorize things. Some things are going to come quicker to some kids, and that's absolutely fine. It's just to be at their pace, and you help them with the memory. They're required to get the memorizing parts down as they progress through the book. There are also catechism questions and some challenges and activities for the children to do. We encourage you to do those with the kids, to incentivize them to do them. They don't have to have the catechism stuff memorized verbatim, but they need to have made an effort, and you need to be satisfied that they have some understanding of the catechism questions that they've given. This is a startup book. For those of you who don't know, the kids don't start with their regular, they don't start with these regular books. Kids that are new to a club, if they've gotten a little bit older, they're in a new club or they're visitors, they're going to start out with this. And then once they've memorized and finished everything in these startup books, then they move on. Parents pay the registration fee, they get their shirts, and they get their real books. Now, during the small group time, you're going to have some time after the memorizing, likely. That's time where you can pray with the kids. This is really the time for you to get to know the kids specifically, directly, and to pray with them and to have them pray for you. At 8 o'clock, we all need to be in the gym for our closing session. This is the fifth and final session. All of the kids gather in. They're going to, for those groups that actually do the colored teams, they're going to be gathering in their teams. In the center, we're going to have a final, like a small awards time for the group that has the most points for the night. Kids need to be dismissed into their clubs at that time. They need to be sitting in lines in the gym, waiting for their family name to be called on the PA system. That means they need to be kept relatively quiet, leaders. Please keep an eye on the kids. And be looking out, listening for the names of your kids, the kids in your small group. Get them dismissed. Send them out the door to their parents. We need this section to flow pretty smoothly. Those leaders that have kids in Awana or smaller kids in the child care system, they need to be leaving at 8:10. So leaving, any remaining kids at that time need to be sitting with the other leaders and the club directors. But they need to be out into the lobby by 8:10, and we really need to be completely cleared out by 8:15. So there's a lot that needs to happen in that amount of time. Please keep an eye out, keep an ear out for those families and for your kids.
La, 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 la.